So in Nature Part 1, we'll be looking at the characters for woods, forest, mountain, river, and string. Some of the easiest characters to remember in my opinion. So you might remember that tree looks like this, and a really famous introduction to Chinese characters is that two trees is a woods, and three trees is a forest, and they grew the same way. They all looked like this at first, then looked like this, before looking like this. So, for woods, and then unusually for forest, they were actually in a line instead of one on top of the other. So that's tree, woods, and forest. Next, mountain. Now, mountain used to look like this, kind of looks like a crown. It looks like fire as well, just not as roundy. So this is a picture of fold mountains. If these characters were made in Japan instead of China, mountain probably would have looked like this. A flat mountain made by a volcano like Mount Fuji. But because they're made in China, they look more like Chinese mountains, which are usually fold mountains and come in groups. So this became this, and then this, and this is the modern character for mountain. Now, river used to look like this, and you might remember water looked like this. And I said this was a weak flow of water, so it's like trickling of water. Whereas this is a full-on stream, and so instead of just meaning water in general, it means a river. And this is now written like this. It still looks like a river. And finally, we have string. Now, while this used to be written with two of this character, they both came from the same place. They both always looked the same. It was just two of the same thing. And what it always was like this, except of course two of them. And these are ropes. If you can imagine that, if you hold two strings together and wrap them around each other, the looped pattern that they wrap around in is what this is a picture of. And so this is a picture of rope, which eventually looked more like this, and this might be the loose ends at one side, I guess. And then this looked like this. And that is what each of these is based off. And now, after turning into this, it now simply looks like this, just the one character. So that's all for today. Just woods, forest, mountain, river, and string. And I hope they're as easy for you to remember as they were for me.